So, what is motivation? Motivation is an incentive to do something. Something that drives us to complete a task. Something that gives us a reason to complete it. So why does motivation help us attain goals? What it does is, it reinforces us to complete the task or reach the goal. And it counteracts reasons why that would normally repel us from the task, and convinces that it is the best option. And it persuades us to do it. It gives us real reason to do it. And in turn it can result in a bit more optimism as well. Because you have more reason to complete the task. Therefore you're going to complete it with more zeal. And you're going to be more confident. And yes, it will be more auspicious. So, how would life be like without motivation? So that is essentially going about life without any incentive really to do anything. So I think you'd still have desires, you'd still have impulses, but it'd be unlikely that you would persevere to really accomplish anything. Because, for instance, if you want to go and eat some food, but you encounter something negative about going to eat it, say someone else wanted to eat it, and that might be enough to put you off the task, and because you have no motivation to do it, you might not feel like you have any desire to complete it anymore. So without motivation you don't have reason really to complete the task that backs up this initial desire you have, and in turn it would essentially put the world in a state of decline, because very little things would get accomplished. And yes, people may suffer greatly, and it's unlikely there'd be any kind of advancement really, other than by accident, or because there are no reasons why they shouldn't attempt a task, or maybe it's so simple, the initial desire is enough without any kind of motivation required. So what is the difference between motivation and desire? So I would say desire is completely innate. It is an impulse to go and do something immediately. And what motivation is, it's not necessarily completely innate. It really depends on the environment. It can be based on kind of logic, and it really reinforces the desire. But it doesn't really generate desires. All it does is support them. So if you just have desire alone, you could still go and complete tasks, but that might not be sufficient to complete more demanding tasks, or because there are things that kind of counteract that. They might be too powerful for desire alone. So without this motivation, then that's why we'd have difficulty accomplishing anything, really. But I could be wrong, and desire alone might be enough. But obviously you can argue either way. So, how does one attain motivation? So, firstly you need an initial desire to complete something. For example, we want to exercise to get fitter. And the next part is very important. This is what gives you the motivation. So, it's got a logical component and an emotional component, in my perspective anyway. So you have to think firstly logically, what are the benefits of exercising? So you get healthier, you get fitter, you get stronger, you feel more comfortable in your body, you feel as if you're more attractive. And the next part is emotional content, and this is very important. This is what really makes you feel like you should do it. So for that, you need to feel your compulsion. You need to understand why you really want it. And a good way of doing that is to imagine what it would feel like to be stronger, fitter, be a better person, to feel healthier, to really understand that, and why that is so important, and why it's such a benefit. If you can do that, you can really get into the perspective that could be you in a few weeks' time. It would really augment this initial desire and provide you with a real incentive to do it. So, to conclude, desire is completely unconscious, and I think that motivation is completely conscious, and so it reinforces this initial desire. It gives us the real reason to complete the task. It makes it far more likely to be completed. So feel free to express your own views on motivation, maybe create your own video. I'd very much like to see that. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Remain tenacious and exhibit freedom.